I had a maturity beyond a lot of the kids I ran with in elementary school. I was never into the fart jokes and making fart noises and all that stuff. And
Me neither. Like, I hate it still. I don't want to hear anything about your poop unless it's like bright green. And then sure, but otherwise, people are like, got a little like whatever. And I'm like, I don't do that.
yeah.
I don't do that taking a shit thing. I tried it once, I didn't like it, so now I don't do it.
I just don't do it. It just
So now
goes
I'm
away.
just full of shit. Like, I heard about some minor celebrity couple. I can't even remember who they were, but they were talking about their new house and how they were having toilets installed next to each other so that they could shit next to each other every morning. And I'm like, I never want that level of intimacy ever. Like, I don't want to be in the room with a guy taking a shit, and I definitely don't want anyone in the room with me. Unless, like, there's an emergency. If it's just blood, then, yeah, come on in.
Right. Establishing the criteria here to
That's right.
allow others in the room while taking a shit. This is the kind of hard-hitting coverage that you get.
Getting right to the heart of the issue, yeah. And solid financial investment advice. Really, don't install toilets next to each other.
Lesson number 1, folks. Today on Robert and Kalyn Get Rich. Let's cue the music. You are listening to Robert and Kalyn Get Rich. This is episode Lucky 13. Today is July 3rd, 2024, a day of no particular importance. No, wait, it's Kalyn's birthday. And coincidentally enough, she was soccer jersey number 13.
That's right.
And here is episode 13 on her birthday. Kalyn Kimmel is the host of Robert and Kalyn Get Rich. I'm her co-host, Robert Kimmel. We talk about our feces and investments in the same podcast, if that gives you any sense of what you're in for today. What you're not in for today, though, however, Kalyn, is what?
Financial advice. Don't do it.
Listen to us, but don't listen to us about the money stuff. And since you're listening to us part of the time anyway, you might as well go ahead and what?
Explode on the like button. Send us to all of your friends and family. Subscribe. Love us. Leave us a very wonderful review.
The discussion of exploding on the like button after the discussion of feces leads to...
Pun not intended, but it works.
This could result in some really tragic consequences.
True.
Anyway, if that's your thing, however that like button gets pressed, we'll take it. So if that's your thing, I'm not here to judge. We kick off every episode with a review of the Get Rich portfolio.
Can't wait to see.
Well, good news and bad news. No, mostly bad news, I'm afraid. So every episode, we make a decision about something that we're going to invest in our fantasy money. This is like fantasy football. And you know what, Kalyn? That hasn't turned out to be too good so far. It could be worse. We're down a little over 4%. It's not True's fault that we invested in last week. ATAI is down a bit. DCJ, Chewy's still hanging in there strong.
Uh-oh.
TXMD is bad, but man, Chicken Soup for the Soul Enterprise is down 62% since we invested in it. We lost $623 on Chicken Soup for the Soul. Novo Nordisk doing great, and Reddit in the green, believe it or not.
I always had faith.
Yeah, we had faith in Chicken Soup for the Soul too. So it dropped 50% yesterday.
Why?
Because HPS Investment wins fight over bankrupt DVD renter Redbox. Redbox owner Chicken Soup for the Soul crashes into bankruptcy.
I mean, I told them that they should not have done this Redbox invest. I actually stopped at one today. I pressed the buttons, nothing happened. There's a note on there that says, "Attention customers, beginning Monday, May 20th, 2024, this video kiosk will no longer be available for rentals or return." Oh, should have just read that before I started pressing buttons. I don't read that nonsense. Let me get a movie. Oh, you're saying this isn't available anymore.
May 20th was a good long time ago. I mean, they're just letting it sit out there and rust while...
When I'd gone up to the one the last time, you could buy movies. Maybe they're just not doing rentals or taking movies back. You can just buy it.
Mm-hmm.
and this one just isn't working.
It's hard to think of a better place to buy movies than a Redbox kiosk.
Yeah, the movies, when I scrolled through them, I was like, I haven't heard of any of this. But I was like, man, I can't even think of one of these that I would want.
Would care to see.
Yeah, I do, however, have a video that I will screen share because I did record the famous hairstyles,
Oh, fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a moment we've been waiting for a long time.
Yeah, years. I don't know if you've ever seen this. So you've probably been waiting for this since you were 13 years old.
My hairstyle was amazing, by the way.
Uh,
I had the mullet deluxe. In my memory, I had a mullet because what I wanted was long hair, but mom thought I should keep it short enough.
Keep it business. Yeah, that's just the kind of thing that she, like, I was going to the beach and she was like, do you want a bandana? And I was like, I'm not going to wear a bandana. It'll make me hot. And she's like, but you could, like, cover with it. I was like, am I going to wear it like a bandit? Like, on the beach? And she was like, I mean, I don't know. And I was like, I can't be, I'm in a bikini with a bandana. Like, I'm in a gang.
After the beach, should we just go rob a stagecoach or
Totally. Let's knock over a bank.
Stop a steam train and take all the cattle that's on it?
Absolutely. That sounds exactly like her.
Yeah. Don't you think you should keep it short in the front? So I just had this, I mean, just awful. So I had that's like the worst haircut there is, unless that's the thing you're trying to wear.
Yeah. Now I feel like it's gotten trendy.
All right. On that note, let's see how in parallel investments in the S&P 500 would have done.
Yeah.
S&P 500 is up 5%.
Oh.
Over the same time period. These lots are just crushing us.
How many companies are we?
We're in 11, I think.
So, yeah, one of those goes bankrupt?
Yeah, we had 10, and they all stayed steady, and one of them lost half its value. That's 5%. So we're down 5%. The others haven't stayed steady. Some have done fine, and some have done not so fine, but the rest all sort of wash out.
Right. How much were we up with Chicken Soup for this all? Like, if we had been, like, good day traders.
It was at least 25% at one point.
They're completely bankrupt now that Redbox fell through. But what about the soup and the dog treats?
I mean, you continue to operate through bankruptcy, right? Not every bankruptcy results in just total liquidation. So I imagine what they're going to figure out is how to keep portions of it going. Which lenders get how much of their money? Do the shareholders get totally wiped out or take some lesser amount? I don't know. But now you've got, 10 cents to lose?
Well, I mean, I'm staying in for sure at this point. I believe in those books. No, I don't. But I do believe in the dog treats. I don't know. I feel like finance, it just gets kind of like, we're just going to do a little magic now and make that not true. Like, it's never like, oh, shit, I am out of money at the end. Like, period. You can declare bankruptcy and then you don't owe any debt anymore. It's like you made a bad decision, right? Bought Redbox, which I think anyone could have told you not to do in 2022. So you made a bad choice, and now, I don't know.
Well, anyway, the follow-up from last episode, of course, what else was about the huge gummy bears that were involved with the sex sent me to the ER episode. I did Google search for gummy bear sex, and I need to tell you that this is not a search term for the faint of heart.
I believe that. Oh my. I don't know. I don't know that I want to know too much. It's so weird if you in the sex realm online. There's a rule on Reddit. It's called like Rule 28, which basically is if it exists, then someone uses it to get off. Right? Like anything. I don't know why that's true, but apparently it is.
And this is all facilitated by the modern era of high-speed internet, because if you were in the Roman era and you were really into gummy bear sex, you would not be able to find that stuff. But today, it gets someone off. And I would say the 28B is that some woman somewhere is willing to do whatever terrible act you have in mind. So
there is an amount you can pay for all of it. Yeah. So anyway, tell us about gummy bear sex.
Well, the part that I can share, I did stumble upon this from our friends over at Etsy.
Oh,
You can buy
oh,
this is a kinky gummy bear art print.
mm-hmm.
You could hang it over your bed if you wanted
Yeah,
to,
lovely. I've been
share.
looking for a new piece of art that really like tells my company who I am as a person. This looks perfect. I love it.
And people love it. We love these prints. You got many choices
Yeah,
here.
they're like, how many parties do you want, and how do you want them involved? God.
Rule 29 is if you can dream it up, some gummy bear can do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the other thing I found was the world's largest gummy bear. So, yeah, it's 5 pounds, 6,000 calories, right?
Yeah.
Available in all these flavors.
Oh,
It's equal to 1,400 regular sized gummy bears and consists of over 6,000 calories. These get better and better. This girl, you could devour this monster bear in one sitting or cut it up and save it for later.
what's in her
Which
hand? It doesn't look like the bear at all. I mean, it looks like cornbread or something. Is
my
it supposed?
hypothesis is they spliced in pictures of the bear over stock photographs. But I love the concept of eating this in one sitting. You're going to eat 5 pounds of gummy.
6,000 calories. If you don't have diabetes already, you will soon.
All right, hang on. These get even better.
Naughty, naughty. The gummy bear guy presents his famous creation, the world's largest gummy bear, TM. Good.
Yeah.
It's good that you trademarked that.
All right. This product will keep longer for a refrigerator. You can freeze it as well. And like, what is
They're
this?
like, that is two kids playing with Play-Doh or something. Like,
Yeah. What are you gonna do with this tool to this bear? So I got 4.5 stars on average.
any gems did you see?
Well, they're all pretty good, and then expensive but great. And then this guy thinks it's a waste of money. Derek
Yeah,
Crowell. He's like, just a waste of money. This
he's
is
like,
ridiculous.
forget it. I thought I was getting a huge gummy bear wrapped in gold.
Right. Are you criticizing Gummy Bear Guy or are you criticizing yourself? Like,
Yeah.
why oh why did I spend
What have I done? That was the end of my resources. Now I have only this gummy bear to show for it. Damn you, Amazon, and your temptation.
why oh why did I spend $33 on my last $33? It seemed like such a good idea at the time.
Be evicted now. Like, oh no.
Turns
Gummy
out
bear.
it is a waste of money.
I mean,
This
that
was
could,
a
it could be the same guy who was on the sex sent me to the ER. He's like, I microwaved it. It gave my partner this horrible burn. We have got all these medical bills. It's just the gift that keeps on taking. Gummy bear, damn you.
a warning to all you potential gummy bear buyers. $33 is just the start of your potential losses from this. You'd never know what chain of events could happen.
You are crossing the Rubicon. Beware. It's all downhill.
So it's not my last $33, but I wanted to let you know that for your birthday, I bought you a 5-pound gummy bear.
I can't wait to eat it in one sitting on our next podcast. I'm going to do my best.
I think it is scheduled to arrive next Wednesday, so maybe if it comes in the morning or whatever, we'll be in good shape. What I did not get, because if you think $33 is a waste of money for a gummy bear, you can also go out and spend $150
What?
on a 26-pound gummy bear.
Wait a minute. So the world's largest gummy bear, like we have to trademark this because it's not actually the world's largest gummy bear. It is just a large gummy bear. One could be ordered that's 5 times as large, actually.
That's it.
We're serious as a heart attack.
It's got a 1-liter bowl in its tummy that you can put anything you want in.
Including gummy bears, man.
32,000 calories.
Wow.
Yeah. 265 servings.
I don't want to share more than 133 myself, though. Oh, so festive, man, for 4th of July / my birthday.
These guys laid it all out for you. Like, here's that 5-pound bear. Here's your 26-pound bear.
I feel like I don't like candy all that much. Like, I would never think to start a company to make crazy candy stuff.
They say when you start a company, or you should find consumer pain and solve that pain. So, like, clearly, how many parties have you been to? And you're like, I mean, this party's all right, but if there was a 26-pound bear with a
Like,
bowl for a
it's so
tummy,
it's so frequent that I go and they're just like, there's a couple of humongous gummy bears around a bowl full of sugar water, and we've all got to ladle it out. And I'm like, this should just be inside the gummy bear that's much bigger. It seems very obvious.
you didn't have the impulse to start a candy company, but somebody did. This is World Confections Inc.,
Yeah.
the makers of
All chalk like candy. It looks like.
and world famous for, they seem to be battling with this. Do we call them candy cigarettes or not? Because they have an Instagram page that says original candy cigarettes, but most of the places on the website, they just call them candy sticks.
I know that you talked about this last time. I happened to be at Academy yesterday and I saw the Big League Chew. They do not seem to struggle with this. Who are we? Big League Chew is like, we are pretending that we're chewing tobacco, period. All kinds of flavors. The end. Chewing tobacco. I don't know, but candy cigarettes do have a bad rap for some reason, I feel. I happen to have mine here, and they don't look like cigarettes for sure. I mean, they do look like candy chalk. Like, they would be very easy to mistake this for that. Listen, class, we're gonna be...
So candy sticks is actually a much more accurate. Wait, you can't taste it yet? Stop it. Taste test is later.
Didn't taste it. Maybe
I didn't taste anything. Well, they're evidently trying to put like some lipstick on this pig because they've got these superhero endorsed candy sticks.
Yeah.
And the Flintstones and emojis. They also have sour dude, sour licorice and gummies.
There's one candy type that I probably like less than the chalky candy, and it's the sour candy. I have no time for it. Like, what the fuck? Get this out of my life. I don't want, like, why?
Yeah, bubblegum crayon.
Like, don't we have a problem with, like, kids eating things they shouldn't eat when they're, like, very little? You know, I feel like this is already an issue made worse. Like, the Tide Pods were a problem for a while because kids sometimes ate them because they're colorful, kind of look like candy. And so we're just like, let's just lean into this and just make candy crayons. Eat the waxy thing that's around you. You know, maybe it's candy. Maybe it'll just make your poop colorful. Who knows? Fun awaits.
These guys were founded in 1952 in Brooklyn. They're family owned, so no investing in these guys. Look how innovative they are. They invented candy cigarettes a long time ago and still sell them. So their Instagram, somehow these guys have 400 followers. So they got 40 times as many followers as we do.
Yeah, only right. Been around for a while though. We're new.
And only 116. They got 9 likes for this one. That last post was like a year ago. Post every day. Every day. Oh yeah, this one with John Cena. When you realize candy cigarettes aren't illegal and 100% still exist.
Totally. I'm sure John Cena's thrilled.
And Sour Dudes Candy, who's the same company, replied back, so good. I know. Did John Cena approve this? So here's Sour Dudes. They're over here. I found this comment funny. Joe Smith says, I love you, Sour Dudes.
Oh, too bad they didn't reply. I like it when there's like a dialogue back and forth.
Oh, yeah. Yes, the yellow ones suck. And 2, I can't find them anymore at Dollar General. Where are they? Stop changing the recipe. So you got to be careful what you put out there, I guess.
Yeah.
I think we should play your video now.
Sure.
If you've got it in a position to share.
I do. Here we are.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah. That's me with brown hair. Oh, Mom and Dad both were like, we love this hairstyle. I'm like,
oh my God.
Yeah. Here's me as a boy. I feel like I look like like a boy. Mom was like, this was expensive. I don't know why we did this. It doesn't feel very like mom splurge activity. Dad likes this one.
Oh God, they have such terrible taste, such out of date taste.
Oh, I know.
What's the point of going back through these a second time?
So you can see them side by side and be like, oh, you're right. That first one was better than that third one. Like, this one, my mom was like, dyke. And I was like, I mean, granted, I do look like a lesbian. And then they like that haircut. Yeah. They love that one. And then the next one is the wife of the first one in this series. I can totally see those two together. Tell me those two aren't married. They love each other. They moved in on the second date.
I will say, Those are not the dykiest haircuts I ever saw. I will
I
say
mean,
that.
those last ones, come on now.
I mean, you could have a pure buzz cut or like a mohawk,
Like,
a mullet.
what?
Now, if they had done that
Like,
with a mullet, that would have been.
that's true. I don't know. I guess I just a couple soccer trainers that had very similar hairstyles to that.
Yeah, sure. Well, maybe that's a
I don't know.
1980s lesbian.
So I think that mom gets this mixed up with glamour shots, though, which we also did.
Yeah, I do remember the glamour
Yeah,
shots. I remember
yeah.
it kind of bombed for mom because she didn't smile in any picture. I remember those pictures coming back, and she just did not look good. So
I don't think anyone looks good in them now because all the outfits are like the cheesiest thing you can imagine. It's like a jean jacket that's super bedazzled, and they're like, hold it like this. And you're like all glammed out, like you have a lot of makeup on, and your hair is a weird way.
but you got to look the part a little bit too. You got to like put on the act a little bit.
I was feeling myself in the moment for sure. I was like, look at me. I am glamorous. Like,
Yeah, and I think most of the pictures of mom were her like, and you're like, mom, these aren't great. You know,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but you know, so we could do our podcast recommendation for the week.
I have
Maybe-
one for that.
Let's do it then. Let's hear it.
Yeah, so I rediscovered it recently. It's Mortified. Have you heard of this?
Never heard of it.
It fits in perfectly with what we were just talking about. It's basically people go and they will read their diary from when they were a teenager or younger, right? And so lots of them are, about their crushes and whatnot, but it's hilarious. Like the one I listened to, the girls talking about, like, I feel like all my friends talk about is boys and beauty. So boring. And speaking of, should I get highlights in my hair? And like, fantastic. So that would be my recommendation.
Mortified. You can find it on podcast apps everywhere. Who puts on Mortified? Is it one of the big podcasts?
Radiotopia does.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the part of the show we call "What the Hell is in Kalyn's Portfolio." What gem do you have for us today, Kalyn?
Let's see. Okay, one thing I just pulled up, and this kind of ties back to the stuff that you've invested in. So I invested in, it's PAAS, which is Pan Amern Silver Corp. Right? So I believe it is silver. Yes, a Canada-based producer of silver and gold in the Americas, operating mines in Canada, Mexico, Peru, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, and Argentina. They engaged in silver and gold mining activities, blah, 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 blah.
Silvers I think, has been doing great lately. I kind of wish I had listened to the people who said that you should be in gold and silver, but let's look at the chart for Pan American Silver Corp. Today up 5%. Great day. 3 months up 32%. 6 months up 31%. This is great stuff, man. 43% this year.
Could have probably sold at some point, I guess, but
yeah, back here would have been good.
Yeah. But that.
So it's up 300% all time. But man, has it been a wild ride? Holy smokes!
Yeah.
All right, we will look into Pan American Silver Corp. PAAS.
Isn't that the same name as the company that makes the eggs you dye for Easter? Like PAAS, isn't that the same?
Pause.
Yeah, pause.
Yes, it yeah, pause.
Yeah.
Maybe we should look at.
I thought I was investing in that, and then I was like, oh, well, silver's okay too, I guess. I mean, maybe we should. Let's look at both. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, here we go. Beckett's here. Beckett, welcome to the Robert and Kalyn Get Rich podcast. How are you doing today, buddy?
Good.
Yeah, so Beckett's on because I figured we're going to have a candy taste test here, and we need a real expert, so we definitely needed a kid.
We need a connoisseur.
Just so you know, I got some counselors at my camp to watch it on Friday when it gets released.
Oh, great. Awesome. See?
Thank you.
Yeah. Be careful what they watch, by the way.
I told them the channel, so.
Okay, good. Very good. How old are these counselors?
I don't really know, but I know they're pretty old.
Okay, pretty old. Okay, thank God. All right. They can handle it then. I heard a couple things about you, Beckett. I heard that you got so excited about candy cigarettes that you invented your own. Is that right?
Yep.
Can you show us the candy cigarettes that you invented?
How did you do this?
This is what Beckett does. Beckett's an inventor. So he's a podcaster too. He's got a camera and he'll record stuff.
Yep.
Wow. That's
Beckett,
awesome.
the other thing I heard is you already know how to get rich, right? So since you're on
Yeah.
the Get Rich podcast, can you kind of enlighten us, give us some hints?
So first, you can either like get a job or something, or you can go on this. To, like,
Yeah.
be a YouTuber.
So
Yeah.
jobs or YouTubers are the two routes to riches, really.
I'm right here.
So covered.
Look, so what are those?
They look almost identical to it. They're really good.
So those are straws. So
Very
Kalyn, you know, we haven't necessarily succeeded at getting rich, but we have succeeded in corrupting the mind of at least one young child. So
Well, did we do this, or you were already on top of the candy cigarettes?
Beckett, here's the question. Had you ever heard of candy cigarettes before? Yeah,
Nope.
see, Kalyn. So
Well, have you heard of candy cigars? Like
No,
or
Have
have
you-
you heard of Big League Chew?
I don't think so.
Really? Okay, well,
Because I've never heard of any kind of like cigarette stuff, like
Well,
in
so-
candy form.
bubble gum that comes in like a pouch,
I
kind of.
don't
It,
know.
lots of flavors. You can like pull out as much gum as you want, so you can have like a huge wad of gum in your mouth. Yeah, if you want to be all slobbery and stuff.
he's like, whatever. He'll be inventing something better than that next week anyway, don't you worry. So, all right, we got work to do here, guys. Enough small talk. We've got 4 candies that we need to sample, right? So in front of me, I got Smarties, and I've got the candy sticks, also known as candy cigarettes. And
Yep,
I've got,
my mom's getting them out right now. Got them right.
I got Necco wafers, cool, and then we got Pez.
What do you want me to taste test first?
That's a great. What should we taste test first out of those 4 candies? What do you think?
I would say the cigarettes first.
Alright.
Okay, let's get right to business, guys. Let's get right out to the cigarettes. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Everybody taste them, then we got to get your reactions, and then after we've tried all 4, then we're gonna agree what the ranking is on these from worst to first. Okay, so
Oh,
here we
okay.
go. Candy cigarette. Try biting them, and it doesn't.
It kind of tastes like root beer, for sure.
Root beer. To get a sense of root beer, huh?
I'm get a sense of toothpaste. When you leave the dentist office and they've used that awful toothpaste on you, but then they've
Oh,
rinsed your
yeah.
mouth out so it starts tasting kind of nice.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
This
Because
is
you
the
can't
review.
even touch it with your tongue.
It's sweet. It's just like you're
Sure.
just putting sugar in your mouth. I don't hate it, I have to say, but yes, picking up on what you're picking up, Vic, and you, Kalyn, it's like sort of maybe it's the bubble gum flavored toothpaste that's sort of,
Yeah.
and root beer and bubble gum are kind of in the same family, right? So,
Yeah.
all right, we tried that one. What's next, Beckett? What should we try next?
Let's try the. How about these? I forgot the name.
Those Necco wafers. Now, the trouble here
Oh.
is there's a bunch of flavors with the Neccos. So, which ones are we going to try?
I got this one.
Yellow?
It's yellow.
All right. Yeah.
All right, yellow. Here we go.
Oh. Mm.
Oh, that is so good.
So good.
I can't even say what it tastes like. It's so good.
Woo!
This is making me sad.
So Beckett, you would get along with the guys in the Civil War because they ate these candies in the Civil War,
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
and it looks so good. Kalyn does not agree that they are so good.
You agree, Robert? You
But
agree?
Well, I don't hate them. I will say that I did not expect them to be like this sweet and sugary. I
And
thought they basically were going to taste like candy hearts with no words on them.
Yeah.
I only wish that they tasted like candy hearts. Words on them.
What are we going to do
Pez.
next?
Pez.
Pez. All right.
Pez, all right.
I got
Stuff.
this kind.
Okay.
I
Pink.
also have a.
I need something pinkish.
Yeah.
Looks
All
like
right.
it.
That's cherry.
Hey.
You got
Mine is
cherry?
strawberry,
Mm.
and it's
Mine is
very like fruity.
I know. The strawberry like sneaks up on you. It's like I was like, okay, this isn't gonna be too much. And it's
I'm
like,
like,
now it's hanging around in my mouth, just like
I know. I'm like, oh, should I eat a grape? I'm like, ugh, I don't even know what'll happen. Like, this is
I know. It's just,
do it, but this is
should we
This
try
is-
one more flavor?
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm
I
doing
don't have grape, but I have orange, so I'll
Yeah,
give
me
it that.
too.
makes me nervous. Like, if I feel a little safe, an orange, I'd be scared.
My tongue is like twitching already from the effect of the last one.
Orange is like the same as the cherry. So good.
So good.
Grape is like chill compared to strawberry, which was like it was like if you ate an entire jar of Smucker's jam in one bite.
And I will also say it's got that like saccharine-y, like artificial flavor tingle. All right, what we got one left. What do we got?
We got the little ones.
Smarties. I've got to say I'm dreading this.
I am too. Which color are you doing? Is that yellow?
Is that yellow? I'm gonna have to stick with white. I think. I don't think I have a yellow here.
Yeah, you did it, Beckett.
That's sour and that's good. Sour and sweet. I think you're saying sour. I can tell you're saying it's sour.
You're exactly right. I can tell by Kalyn. This is an audio medium, but Kalyn's face is telling 1,000 words right here. Just the look of dejection, like
I keep taking products I like off the market, and these exist. I don't know. This world is very harsh. Like, it's a hard place. Like, I'm not sure.
Kalyn is getting into Smarties existentialism now.
I think I might need another strawberry Pez to bring me back to reality or something, or back to some version of reality. The multiverse right now is...
There's a separate storyline where you did not eat that Smartie and your life is better off. All right, we got to go worst to first. So number 4, what's number 4?
I think we all know.
What's your least favorite of those, Beckett?
I don't like they're all good to me.
They're all good. They're all so good. It's hard to choose.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then we're gonna outrank you, Beckett, and Smarties. Smarties are number 4. They're almost inedible for me.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's my birthday. It's not a day to do this. It's not a day that this should exist.
Smarties is the candy that will set you into existential crisis.
Yeah, like I need to go sleep and try again. I want a mulligan of the day after Smarties. All right, number 3.
I think I know what Kalyn's number 3 is, and I think I agree with her, but no, I don't know.
This is hard. You want me to go? Okay.
My mind's made up. Do you want me to answer?
My mind's made up.
This is my number 3.
Okay, so
especially the strawberry.
Strawberry, yeah, the purple though, the grape was kind of nice. It wasn't so like.
Since you both are going with Pez, I'm gonna go with Pez too.
I feel torn because I would rank strawberry Pez below Necco wafers, but definitely grape Pez above Necco wafer. I mean, this candy, it makes me not like candy as a concept, as much as I used to. My world is bleaker because Necco wafers and Smarties exist.
All right, I think you convinced me. Necco wafers, number 3.
Okay.
That makes number 2 very clear, right?
Non-strawberry Pez.
Hold up your, yes, Pez, but not strawberry, right?
Yeah,
I know it's first. Y'all agree on that one.
Why don't you pop one in your mouth and we'll get a screenshot of this or something.
This is fine family fun. Introducing children to not smoking, but kind of smoking.
Hey kids, you want to come over here and have some candy cigarettes?
Yeah, this is delightful. Absolutely delightful.
If you like the flavor of going to the dentist and then having your mouth washed out and it kind of tasting like that, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, you drink root beer, go to the dentist. These moments are very close together, and candy cigarettes.
For the rating of the candy cigarettes, I would say a 10 out of 10.
Oh, wow. You like other candy in general? So let's say, do you like chocolate more, or like fruity candy more, or you like sour candy? Please say no.
I would like sweet and sour, I would say.
Okay. You and I are from different worlds, but that's all right. So your sweet and sour candy love. What's your favorite sweet and sour candy? Like the Sour Patch Kids thing, or
I would have to say the Smarties.
Oh, the Smarties.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Now, Beckett, You're not telling us your favorite candy in all the earth. You get to pick one candy. You're picking a Smartie. Is that what you're telling us?
I'm telling us, like,
Yeah.
I would say, like, Smarties are second, though, and so candy cigarettes are first. But I'm just saying that Smarties, like, would be, like close to first.
So, okay, it's Halloween, and you are thinking about the bounty that you will come home with, and you're like, oh my gosh, how cool would it be if I came home and it was just Smarties, 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 Smarties. That would be like the dream come true of all candies in the world.
Maybe.
Wow, man.
I'll have to say maybe.
Wow.
That one I have to say maybe.
Wow. I would love to experience your world where that is a good thing that like so different.
All right. So Beckett, you're going to tell all your friends about our podcast and your camp counselors. And I heard your mom is probably going to tell her friends about this episode as well.
It was so nice having you on. Thank you so much.
But I gotta tell you something. One of my counselors said that the candy cigarettes before tastes like chalk.
Incorrect.
We have proved that incorrect today.
Yeah.
So you can tell him. You can take the leftover ones to your counselor.
Yeah.
And he or she can be proven wrong. Hey, did you have fun coming on the Get Rich podcast? Awesome. All right. You think you want to come back another time?
Yeah. I would.
Okay. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming. We'll see you next time, buddy.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Oh, that was fun. That turned out to be pretty fun.
Yeah. Wow.
Your reactions were just absolutely priceless.
I hate them all, to be fair.
I forgot I was going to tell Beckett I was giving them this as a thank you. The waxy lips. Are yours Pucker Pete?
Yeah, I believe so.
Whack o wax.
Wax lips. Play now, chew later. Oh, that's what it says.
Oh, this is a division of Tootsie Roll Inc. Pudding, pancakes, pizza, pie. He is wacko about food. But these wax lips are what puts Pete in the best mood. What?
Yeah.
What is...
Yeah. I have some strong words for Tootsie Roll.
They make them in Canada. It's the Canadians that thought of this.
That was fun, but I'm not with you, Pete. These are...
I'm not with you.
Yeah. Play now, chew later.
I can 100% remember chewing these as a kid. 100%.
But mine already had, like, I was holding it with my front teeth, so I feel like keep it in there long enough, you're gonna end up with like a little bit of.
No, that's the error a lot of people make. A lot of people, all these people wearing wax.
I didn't know you were an expert. I would have gotten a tutorial before we started this podcast if I'd known.
The big error is don't bite through this. Do not bite through that section, or else you can't hold it. Then all that's left to do is chew it. That's all you could do after that.
Like you hold it with your or like
teeth. I can't hold it without the teeth, but you can't bite through that. This is not the right way to do it.
That does look like I don't know what that looks like exactly.
This is a hard-hitting investigative podcast right here.
Invest in silver. Also,
now, if this doesn't get 1,000 TikTok views, I don't know what will,
I feel like it makes me look like sad. I don't know.
Yeah, pouty. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
pouty lips, yeah. By the way, I was like, maybe Smarties has an Instagram page, and they do. And they have 250,000 followers.
I mean, like, why would you follow? I wouldn't follow Snickers either, or a candy that's actually quality. Like a product that's decent. What
share to change someone's life, says
oh my god. What? Green is strawberry? What the
Julian says, "I'm only eat Smarties if they're there when I'm high off my rocker."
Even if I'm dying in the Sahara, like stretched out towards a mirage, I will not be having a Smartie. I will die first. I feel very strongly about this.
Smarties does not sponsor this podcast.
Yeah, and by the way, Smarties, even if you do, I won't change my tune. Sorry. Your product is garbage, and that's the end of that.
Yeah. All right, hang on. The dog is growling at me, so let me let him out, and then we will talk about Fannie Mae.
Okay. I will hang out here with my new boyfriend. Oh, okay. I need the classic rookie mistake.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah, Fannie Mae.
Oh, yes. Let's get down to business.
We're still this lighthearted shit. Talking about weird sex, candy, Easter eggs, and silver, and now the real stuff.
Yeah, what goes better with all that stuff than a company who backs up mortgages?
Yeah, it ties it all together.
All right. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are government-sponsored entities, which means they were created by the government. Fannie Mae is older. It was created like in the Great Depression, and Freddie Mac a little later. So Fannie Mae tends to do the bigger loans, Freddie Mac the smaller loans. Basically, what they do is your bank gives you a mortgage. They buy the mortgage off the bank, and they guarantee it. So let's go back and let's take a look at their historical chart. Let's just skip to the end. The all-time chart is here.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I like. I'm holding on. I'm holding out. It's coming back. We're coming back. Taking a little while to get it going, but we'll be back.
Hang on, it might. I mean, if you're this guy and you bought in February of 2001 and you paid $79 or $82, you're now down to $1.50. That's 98+% loss, isn't it? This, of course, like you said, was the 2008-2009 great financial crisis, right? The mortgage crisis caused all of that. And what happened is, this is what I was struggling to remember last time. The government put these companies into what's called conservatorship. So they took them over. The government can do this with banks sometimes. I think they did it with the Silicon Valley Bank. So they can pay back people's loans and they can wind them down in a controlled way.
Right.
Well, for these guys, it was supposed to be short term that they were in conservatorship, and they're now at 15 years and counting of being under government. And what really ticked off the shareholders is, even once they'd gotten out of trouble, they'd paid off their debt, the balance sheets were getting better, then the government implemented what was called a net income sweep. So what this meant was basically all the profits of these companies went to the government. And so the shareholders are like, we're out of trouble, we're making profits, we own a portion of this company, we deserve our piece of the profits. They went all the way to the Supreme Court. They claimed they lost $27 billion. They won one case somewhat recently, and they won $600 million. So that may be part of why it's bumped back up, actually.
Right. My total gain used to be very bad. But now it's -3%.
-3?
-3%, yeah.
So you must have invested back somewhere in 2020 type time, 2021, somewhere in there. I don't know.
I think so. So Fannie Mae, I paid $1.50. It looks like.
So right now you're a shareholder, but you don't get any of the profit. If you were to get profit, your shares would be worth a lot more money. So this guy on Seeking Alpha, he did an analysis, and he decided that Fannie Mae common shares. Now, he was doing this at 60 cents, but he felt like if they came out of conservatorship, the common shares would make 26 times money.
Yeah.
And the preferred shares would make 43 times money.
So what I'm hearing is that Fannie Mae is a lot like Britney Spears. And the conservatorship, very stifling, she couldn't express herself so well. Deprived the fans, i.e. stockholders, of their rightful dues from Britney. But at last we were able to free Britney, and now we get all kinds of insanity from her on a regular basis. Just what we always wanted. I swear she must be on methamphetamine. She just makes these weird videos where she's dancing with knives.
You're very clearly capable of making your own decisions as an adult, Britney. So
yeah, Good job. And Fannie Mae, too. The government
Mae.
one day will let us fans have the 26 times or 43 times that we deserve on our
Yeah.
investment.
So here's the bet with Fannie Mae, right? So there's a couple ways it can come out. So if these guys build up their balance sheets to $300 billion, then they are quasi automatically released from conservatorship. So that's supposed to happen in the next 5-ish years at the pace that they're currently going. They could also be released if something from Congress or from the finance department. So now Biden did nothing along these lines. Trump talked about moving these guys out of conservatorship. So there's some who think that, like, you know, you're betting here on a Trump victory if you
Can't wait to
invest.
see what happens in the election. It's going to be so exciting. Like,
I know, with
yeah.
two amazing choices that we have in front of us.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, libertarians, any of you, like, just bring together some words, look like you're not an anarchist, and I think you might have a shot.
I don't think anybody has a shot.
But I would give both of them Smarties.
Let's ship Smarties to Biden and Trump.
Yeah.
We hate you both. Eat these Smarties. Maybe if Joe Biden took Smarties before a debate, he would have some pep in his step. He'd have been like,
But yeah, yeah.
No, we give him strawberry Pez, and he'll be like,
like, that'll be, yeah. We would give both of them the strawberry pet.
well, immigration.
Yeah.
So I kind of like the Fannie Mae bet. It's my kind of thing.
I've been here for a long time.
Yeah, the Bears would say the government can change the rules anytime.
Why would the government want to keep going with this conservatorship?
I think these two entities got in real trouble during the housing crisis, and so I guess if I was a government wonk, and I would be like, well, it's just safer this way, you know.
Yeah, I was an appraiser during all of that, by the way. Like,
That's where you get this expertise.
Well, I mean, I remember it was a messed up time. So I was in college, and I'd gotten the job being like the office manager, and then they started letting me do appraisals for like new constructions because there's not a lot to it. Basically, the bank was like, so we want this house to appraise for $150,000. And if we were like, well, it's actually worth 120, they'd be like, cool, we're not going to send you any more business, period. And so we did whatever the banks wanted us to do. Countrywide Mortgage was our biggest. They sent 80 to 90% of the mortgages that we were doing. And I got a call from one of my coworkers saying Countrywide has said that they are no longer sending us any mortgage, which meant there was no work. Full stop. And I was like, somebody fucked up. And I was like, it's probably me. Like, I'm the dumb college kid. Like, and then I found out it was some other girl, and I was like, yes! Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. I didn't do it. Everybody lost their job. I'm like, man, dodged a bullet. Because it could easily been me. Easily. I mean, we were supposed to be trainees.
You dodged a bullet, but you still got fired. So which bullet did you dodge exactly?
Well, then I was not responsible for all of like these people that I respected down. Everyone else was unemployed, and it was not my fault. Thank God.
I got good news and bad news for you folks.
Yeah.
The bad news is you're all fired. The good news is it's not my fault.
Yeah, I didn't do it. I thought I did it. I was like, oh no. It was probably my favorite job. But I'm still a believer. That's why I have Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac.
I think the bet on Fannie Mae is someday it'll come out of conservatorship and it'll pop. So that's the upside. You get 10 times or 20 times. The downside is it could stay there for like forever.
Patience. I have patience in spades.
That part you got. So, okay, we will do the $1,000 investment in Fannie Mae.
Not for real expert.
Yeah. Well, Kalyn, this is where people come to for hard-hitting expertise about the stock market. You know, the kind of expertise that a college kid develops about the real estate market, translating that into investments.
Yeah. I worked as an analyst at Pulse, which is owned by Discover credit card company. So proper financial analysis right here. Like, oh, that's what I would do in the presentation. It's like that. Ooh. That's what we
when you're
want.
that's
Yeah, in front of
when
the
you were a
CEO,
kid.
I was like, yeah, this is our pricing strategy. Ooh.
Yeah, but what if you were like, CEO, this is our pricing strategy?
Yeah. And they're like, but why so sad? I'm like, you don't like my strategy?
Folks, hopefully we've left you with tears of laughter and not tears of sadness. You've listened now to another episode of Robert and Kalyn Get Rich. I'm Robert. This is Kalyn. Make sure you rate and you review and you forward this to all your former camp counselors and to anyone who you would want to send a bag of Smarties to. Send us and subscribe and send us an email, Robert and Kalyn Get Rich at gmail.com. Kalyn is spelled Kalyn. Robert is spelled Robert. And remember, one thing above all else,
we do not give financial or investment advice.
even though you may have listened to all those credentials that Kalyn has built up over a career in real estate appraisal and credit card presentation giving, you should not use this as advice.
Yeah. No.
Robert and Kalyn Get Rich is a production of Get Rich Media. We will see you here next week. Bye-bye.